Good morning. Let us continue our chapter. We have started urbanization. Now let us see the next topic. Urbanization is a term used when the people start moving from the village area to city side or from the undeveloped city to the developed region. That is known as a urbanization. Now what happened when the urbanization more and more people when they start coming towards the city side, in the particular region the population started increasing, like in the India, the metropolitan cities, the Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, they having a very high large amount of a population in that region. And because of the population, the land is limited, land cannot be increased, so many problems created in this metropolitan cities. The people started living in the slum area, the sanitation problem, the garbage, the waste material, the area was limited, so the housing facilities, all these are the problems created with the increase in the population in the urban area. And mostly the negative impact mainly occurs due to the overpopulation in this region. Now we will see the way to reduce the negative impact of the urbanization. How can this negative impact of the urbanization can be reduced? It can be done by the government by the making a strict laws, rule and regulation. It is also done by the individual also. The people is also equally responsible for the negative impact of the urbanization, because the pollution is mainly created, mismanagement is mainly created by the individual. So we can come upon to this topic, how it can be reduced, how the negative impact of the urbanization can be reduced. The first one is a building sustainable, environmental friendly cities. First of all, the city should be built environmental friendly. Now what does this environmental friendly means? The reason, having a clear green area where the trees are planted. If the region is limited, then the tree can be planted at the sides of the road. The city should have the proper drainage system where the water should flows properly, should not collect in any region. It should have the proper garbage system in which the waste material can be dumped nicely in the dustbins. The dustbin should be very properly approached in the people, so that they can throw all this waste material in the dustbin. And also the dustbin should be cleared on the regular basis, because you saw in the India many places dustbins are there, but it was not cleaned by the municipality. Throughout the region the dustbin was there, whole region was used as a dustbin, and the vast area is wasting because of the dumping of the waste only. So the proper dustbin should be there. So the first one is a building, the sanitation. The government should pass law and plan and provide the environmental friendly sound cities and smart growth technique. So the government should plan a city in which the proper law should be there to make the city clean, should have the proper sanitation, garbage and drainage. Second one is a provision of essential services. Essential services means like mainly the education, health, sanitation, clean water, technology, electricity, food should be there. If the region having all these facilities like health facilities, education, the food supply, all these things if happens, then what happens? The people of that region will live healthy and safely. And because of these essential services, the people will not move the other place. From one country city to other city, they will not go. They will live in the one region. If every region, if even in the village also we having the good environment of education, hospital facilities, all these things that is available, then the people will not migrate to the other cities. Similarly, in the city also, the small people from the small city they migrate to the bigger city. So this should not happen if the small city also have all these facilities. After that, the creation of more jobs. Most of the people migrate from one place to another place in the search of job only. Most of the educated people, after the completion of the education, they start migrating to the other places in the search of job. If the job is provided by the government, or it is also can be done by the private, investment also can be done. Like you take example, our school is a private institution, and this school gives the employment to the many people. You know, the 150 teachers are there. After that, the workers, the bus conductors were there, bus drivers were there, the cleaners are there. So many jobs are created. So similarly, in the private sector also the job can be created, and the government encourages the private sector, for private sector to creating a job. More and more people will get job. If the better job will be there, the people will not leave their own residential area and move to the other city. Like as I told you, now Mumbai is overcrowded, the Delhi is overcrowded, mainly because of the people. They move to that region for the in the search for the searching of a job only. The people needed a job. So if the government is creating more and more job, the government is investing the private people in the job, so this problem should be solved. Next, the population control. The biggest problem in the India is the population. You know, all the facilities are there in the India. All the facilities are there. It is a rich source of the raw materials, good agricultural reason, the good environment for the working condition, not very hot, not very cold. All the natural resources are there in the India, but India lacks only in the region, in the population. Not only the population, but also uneducated population. The most of the people are not educated, and because of that, the resources which is available in the India is not wisely used. So the population control, medical clinic, cooperate to other, family planning must be made. The most of the reason in the India, they should know about the population problem, and the family planning method should be adopted. This can be done only if the people were aware about that, if the government health facilities are available everywhere, so this can be overcome. So this is how we can control the negative effect of the urbanization. By the following these steps, we can control the negative effect of the urbanization, because if it is not controlled, one particular reason will have the higher amount of a concentration of a population, and more people when live in the small area, then what will happen? That reason will be exploited, the natural resources will be limited, the housing facilities, the medical facilities, education, all the problem will create in the particular area. So if the every region is developed equally, this problem will be not faced by the government and the individual. Thank you.